Okay, welcome to a new episode of Nate's MMA Corner. I'm Nate, and if you watch my show, you're in my corner. Today's episode is a pre-fight show for UFC 222. Cyborg versus Kunitskaya for the UFC Featherweight Women's Championship of the World. And yeah, this is a killer card for, top to bottom, from the first prelim to the main event. And yeah, I mean, you have Brian Caraway and Mike Pyle on the Fight Pass prelims, and then you got a title fight, a killer title fight, and a great co-main event in the main card. I mean, can't ask for much more. So this is a pre-fight rundown of the main card with predictions. Let's get started. So the main event is Chris Cyborg versus Yana Kunitskaya for the UFC Women's Featherweight Championship of the World. Yana, she was Invicta Bantamweight Champion. She had a killer fight with Tanya Evinger. And then, yeah, there's some controversy there. And then she had another match. And, well, long story short, she ended up walking away with the belt legitimately at some point. And, yeah, with that said, though, I think Yana Kunitskaya has a career in the UFC, but I think she doesn't get it done against Chris Cyborg. I think Chris Cyborg is going to be putting pressure on her early on and then finish her late in the first round. So I got KO finish for Chris Cyborg at the tail end of the first round. I think Yana is going to go down to bantamweight after this fight. You know, just this being a short notice main event, Yana is a warrior for stepping up at featherweight, but her real weight class is bantamweight, and I think she'll have a career at bantamweight in the UFC. So I got Chris Cyborg winning this night against Yana, and getting it done pretty early on. Then in the co-main event in the featherweight division, we have Frankie the Answer Edgar versus Brian Ortega. You know what? Like, I've counted Brian Ortega out before, and he's a great guy. He's a great fighter. This guy, you know, the sky's the limit for him. But I think Frank Edgar is going to play it smart and avoid the grappling, and he's going to win by a decision. And he's going to just keep landing those jabs each and every round and get it done. Brian Ortega is going to be going for the submissions at some point, and I think Frank Edgar, being the veteran and former UFC champ at a heavier weight class in the past, he's going to take notes of what not to do and from watching older Brian Ortega fights, and I think he gets it done by decision here. Yeah, Frank Edgar could use his wrestling, but I don't think he's going to risk it getting submitted. Getting the guard of Brian Ortega is just going to be too risky. So he's going to keep this fight standing, and he's going to outland in the stand-up against Brian Ortega and win a decision unanimously, 30-27. So yeah, Frank Edgar wins 30-27. Then in the bantamweight division, we have Sean O'Malley versus Andre Sukumtoth, and Sean O'Malley is from Tuesday Night Contenders series. He was a big breakout star. He had a very amazing finish. Then Andre Sukumtoth, a long time, well, not a long time, but he's a veteran in the UFC, and yeah, I mean, you know, Sean O'Malley's had great fights. Andre's had great fights. They're both known for a great stand-up. I'm picking O'Malley by decision here. I think getting the knockout may be a little tricky against Andre, but could he win a decision? Yes, I think he could. I say 29-28 unanimous decision win for Sean O'Malley. I could see Andre Sukumtoth getting maybe one round in, maybe the third round after wearing out Sean O'Malley. But Sean O'Malley will have won the first two rounds, I think, and win 29-28 unanimous decision. Then in the heavyweight division, we have Stefan the Skyscraper Struve versus Andre the Pitbull Arlovsky. Oh, yeah, before I forget. Here is my Andrei Arlovsky picture. Yeah, I mentioned on my Facebook I would show it. Yeah, great guy. This picture turned out kind of dark, but great guy. I met him in Las Vegas at UFC 146. And yeah, I got Andrei Arlovsky getting knocked out here, unfortunately, by Stefan Struve in the first round. I think Stefan Struve uses height and reach advantage, and you know, him being the younger fighter, and he's going to have better speed. He's going to catch Andrei Arlovsky early on and eventually finish him late in the first round by knockout. I mean, maybe there could be a submission here, but I doubt it. I think Andrei's going to try to get it within the reach of Stefan Struve, but I think Stefan Struve, having hopefully learned from the past fights, like the Travis Brown fight in the past and whatnot, that he learns from his mistakes and he gets the finish here in the first round. Then in the women's bantamweight division, to kick off the main card, we have Kat Zingano versus Caitlin Vieira. And yeah, this one, yeah, Caitlin, I think she's great, but I got Kat Zingano winning by decision here. I think she avoids the ground game and she just uses those heavy hands of hers and wins by unanimous decision. I think she works the combinations. I think she works her jab. She has some good hooks, and she can land uppercut, I think, if she times it right. And her footwork's pretty good. I mean, keep in mind this girl beat Amanda Nunes, and yeah, so I'm going to lean towards Kat Zingano. I think she's motivated. I think the time off, she's really improved, and so I think she gets it done here. And so I think she wins by, yeah, unanimous decision. So there you have it. There's my predictions for this main card, and stay tuned in the coming days for my post-fight show of this card. And until then, see ya.